What it do, YouTube? Today we're gonna be planting our Ichi Ki Kei Jiro persimmon tree, which I chose because it's naturally a dwarf tree, and since I'm only sitting on a tenth of an acre with my food forest, I got to make sure that I don't get nothing that's getting 55 feet or nothing crazy like that. And another thing I want to address in this video is people saying that you shouldn't amend the hole when you plant a tree. Your boy called big cap on that because to me that don't make sense. If I'm growing a food forest, I want to increase the fertility of the entire property, not just sprinkle around a little fertilizer here and there. Now I want to increase fertility, so I'm gonna amend the hole, plant the tree, and then we'll have a little combo about it. Yeah. So as I was saying, it's people online that been online for 75 years, and I ain't seen nobody show me yet where they amended the hole and the tree um, got root bound and start circling within the hole. Everybody got, excuse me, sir, excuse me, thank you. Yeah, everybody got channels that been around for 500 years, but nobody has done the experiment showing me where if I amend the hole, the tree gonna die in 2 years, it gonna die in 3 years. So like I said, your boy called Cap. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep amending every time we plant something. We're gonna keep adding fertility. We're gonna mulch. Yeah, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, create an environment where this food forest can thrive. So as you can see, I dig my little hole here. Probably need to go a little deeper. These tree pots they're pretty tall, so we're gonna dig a little deeper. Yeah, this Georgia clay. That good old red Georgia clay. And I'm planting this right now. It's amongst these ginormous mums here, as you can see. They went dormant for the winter time, but they'll be back busting come spring. Get that cleared out. Let's see what we're sitting at. Yeah, I like how that look. I want to plant it a little high. It don't have to be all the way to where it was planted at originally in the pot. It's generally better to plant it a little higher to, you know what I'm saying, increase your drainage, make sure your tree don't get root rot by sitting in water. So I think that's deep enough. And what I like to use when I plant my trees, I like to use a little black cow. Yeah, that's the miracle stuff, that black cow. I like to use mushroom compost. And then my last ingredient is peat moss that I don't have with me right now, so let me go grab it. All right, got my peat moss now, so I'll just dump some of this in the hole. And what peat moss is gonna do is it's gonna retain moisture, also add some organic matter to your planting as it breaks down. I'm gonna tell you, it does wonders. Like when we go through a dry spell, the peat moss definitely keeps my plants alive, keeps the water in the ground, and helps them thrive. So next, add some of that black cow, that black goodness. Gonna top it off with a little mushroom. All right. And then me personally, I like to get my hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? So I just get in here and just dig it all up, fluff it up, get it going good together. And when it comes to ratios of what I'm putting in here, I don't measure. We just eyeball it. We eyeball the work. So dump a little more peat moss in there. And this peat moss has been sitting outside. It had been rained on. I know it look like it's dry, but it's a little dry, a little moist. It ain't bad. It ain't bone dry, but it ain't sopping wet either. So yeah, get all that mixed in real nicely. Real good. Open it up. So we'll get our tree in there. And this persimmon came from Madison Citrus Nursery, which specializes in hundreds of different types of citrus trees, but they decided to grow persimmon. So I like the way they citrus grow. So I said, you know what, let me try that. Let me see what the persimmon hitting on. And persimmon trees are self-fertile. This is the a non-astringent variety, which means you don't have to wait till it gets soft and mushy before you can eat it. You can go ahead and eat this one like an apple. And I need one because I'm the only person in the house to eat persimmon. So yeah, we're gonna be good to go. All right, this tree pot is already ripping. Let me just look at them roots right there. Yeah, plenty of roots. Take this little stabilizer stick out. Yeah, I say that's a good healthy tree right there. All right, once you get it in there, well, let me loosen up these roots a little bit. All right, get that in there. Try to plant the tree as straight as possible. South of my property is this way. So, you know what I'm saying, the most sunlight will come from this side. Usually want to generally make sure your graft union is on the north side so that it doesn't get killed by the sun. Yeah, look at that. You know, all kind of crazy stuff you find in the dirt. Get in there. Get it tapped in nicely. All right. That'll do it right there. Next thing I'm gonna do is hit this with some mulch to again retain moisture. Make sure it don't dry out. But first I'm gonna hit it with a little water. All right, we're gonna water this in real nicely. Get it good and soaked in. And since your boy out of pine bark mini nuggets today, we're just gonna mulch this with some good old soil conditioner, which I've used in the past. It works just fine. All right, you let that. All right, get some of that good soil conditioner around it. Mulch it in. That's gonna retain moisture. Eventually, I'm gonna plant more trees and plants in this area, so it'll get more fertilizer, more mulch, all that good stuff. Yeah, and I know some people gonna have something to say in the comments, but your boy ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm down for a good debate. Like I said, amend every hole you plant if you want to have a successful food forest, successful tree orchard, or whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, I appreciate you checking me out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it for your boy. I appreciate you checking me out.